Hello, world. A few years ago, I really dug deep and started studying Bitcoin. I've heard about this my whole life, thought it was just this magic internet money, and didn't really understand what made it important. Back in 2017, 2018, 2021, prices went crazy, people went crazy. Everybody was losing their mind about crypto this, Bitcoin that, blockchain this. What's the difference? Why is Bitcoin the most important math equation in the world? So, I am a high school mathematics and computer science teacher. I have always been fascinated by interesting patterns and equations and had a real knack and love for these types of things growing up. Math systems, anything, probability, card games, anything like this. And nothing in the world has ever got my attention or piqued my interest to study the way Bitcoin has. I thought going through college, this, studying math, studying computer science, this was the peak of complexity. And I thought it was the thing I was going to study and care about my whole life. But nothing comes close to the passion that I have and that I found when I started learning about what Bitcoin really was. Like I mentioned, I first heard about Bitcoin probably way back in like 2012, 2013. I was in high school at the time, and prices were anywhere from hundreds to thousands of dollars, nowhere near what it is today. And initially, I ignored it for years. I heard about people talk about this during college. I got a little bit of an interest, but never actually studied Bitcoin. I was caught up in the crypto wave and what, you know, what I could speculate on to make more money as a broke college student. Um, And really, one of my biggest regrets is not starting to study this technology earlier because Bitcoin is unlike anything else. It's unlike any crypto or any dollar or gold or the euro or anything that has been made before. Now, this video isn't meant to be a full explanation on what Bitcoin is and all the technical details, but the important aspects of why it is so influential and so inevitable as a system is Bitcoin is finite. There only will ever be 21 million Bitcoin. There never can be more. It can't be created. It can't be printed out of thin air like your dollars. It just has these rules that are enforced by computers all over the world. These nodes, this entire network of nodes all around the world running this code, enforcing these rules. The number one rule, there's only going to be 21 million. Like I mentioned, Bitcoin is secured by a system of computers or network of computers all around the world. And this is distributed in different countries, different places. There are, big data centers that have lots of mining rigs and high powered nodes. There are individuals in different countries running their nodes, doing their part to secure the Bitcoin blockchain. The important thing that this technology, it's not enforced by any single authority. It's a distributed ledger all around the world. There's copies of this Bitcoin blockchain in random people's basements, in data centers anywhere. There's it really only needs one copy, right? There's as long as one copy survives, this network survives. It's just it's just a ledger. That's all it is. But it's not enforced by some bank or some person or you know TD Bank saying here's our records of how much money there is, and whoever central banks can just add more money to the system. There's no control like from the top down. It's all from the bottom up. It's all controlled by these node operators and these individuals that run the Bitcoin code. Going along with this idea of Bitcoin being finite and there only being 21 million, one of the ways that this is secured or enforced is by a concept called proof of work. And in a basic sense, this is Bitcoin miners converting the energy that they are using into Bitcoin. Other cryptographic systems, like other blockchain networks, might use methods called proof of stake, where users can basically stake, show their ownership of that network and have more influence on the rules of the network or what blocks get included in their specific blockchains. But proof of work cannot be copied. It's like Bitcoin cannot be made into existence without miners doing the work, without them trying to solve these crazy, complicated math equations and guessing these random numbers to win the Bitcoin. It can't be copied. It can't be changed. It can't be influenced by one person who owns a lot of Bitcoin. Every miner has a fair shot. Every node operator has, can make their voice heard and can run and enforce their own rules. It's a distributed, decentralized system. And this is what makes it so important and so vital. So we've talked a little bit about what Bitcoin is and some of the properties that make it important and how this connects to math. But why does this matter? Well, everybody in the world is using or transacting with money in some way. And if the current system we're in is broken and people can't save, people can't get ahead, Gen Z, millennials, younger, people can't really, there's no dream of being able to save up for a house in this system because your dollars are constantly losing purchasing power. They're printed into existence every single day. Your currency gets debased. There's more and more dollars sloshing around, going into different assets, into different investments, and somehow it always ends up at the top. It never ends up in the hands of the people who really need it. And Bitcoin, with its perfect, fair release and its distributed, nature, anybody has a fair shot to mine Bitcoin, to buy Bitcoin, to save in Bitcoin. It really is the money of the future, and it can't be copied, it can't be replaced. All the systems are already set in place. It's all set in motion. We're just slowly transitioning from this broken fiat system where money doesn't have any value and doesn't store value into this digital world. Right? Everything in our world is turning digital. Our money is going to turn digital too. So thank you all for watching my first video. Um, I wanted to give a quick little shout out to a couple of channels that really have inspired me to dive deep into this. Um, just recently, I watched a video by, who was it? It was Exit Early. Very inspiring on how to get started with YouTube. A few Bitcoin channels that have always inspired me in the past. Rajat Soni, Robin Sire, and Gen Z BTC have there are many more, but these three I feel like have advocated a lot for um, putting yourself out there and bringing value to the world. And that's really my goal here is I have been circling this idea for a long time on wanting to explain why I think Bitcoin's important and how everyday individuals can use this to better themselves and their future. Um, and that's my main goal here, right? I feel so drawn to this and like I just want to share this message and it's so important. You can do this. You can start studying, you can learn this technology. It's not too crazy. You can do this and you should do this. I'll see you guys next time. Mr. T out.